Uh-oh.
Oh my God. Well, we just went live and here's old Patty Mills. If you don't keep that on the entire time that we are live, you're a soft ass motherfucker.
I don't know how long this is going to stay on. It's so tight.
Oh man.
I like this.
We got a sweet Jesus, a Jesus Christ, and a Pat what the fuck in the chat, dude. So, oh man. Fellas and chat, welcome to another edition of the Up and Over Podcast presents AEW Dynamite. It's a nice recap that we do every week. It's something that, as far as I'm concerned, the three that... Oh, my God. Please don't. We'll get pulled from YouTube immediately, Pat. God damn it. As far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty sure that the consistent people that are going to be on here are Courtland, Ethan, and myself. Moving forward. But, yeah, Jeff just said banned. Thanks, fucker. So... With that said, we do have our guy Patty Mills with us tonight. It's, I do believe, your first live recap with us, Pat. Tell me how you're feeling about tonight.
You know, we're doing great. You know, we out here. Dynamite was nice. You know, the titles got unified and shit. You know,
On a scale from 1 to 10, how hot are you right now?
it's dude, it's bad.
Take it off. Take it off. No need to suffer here. Take it off. There we go. Look at that beautiful face.
You look great.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, Zach said, I'm fucking losing it talking about you. Guys, we had a really good episode of Dynamite tonight. We had AEW Dynamite Beach Break from the Wolstein Center in Cleveland, Ohio. We were welcomed in by Jim Ross immediately and jumped right into the action, which was your opening contest, which I actually had a pretty good thought, like, considering that we're going to have a lights out match, we're probably going to do the ladder match first. And sure enough, we get Cody Rhodes with Arn Anderson, who is your champion, taking on Sammy Guevara, the interim champion, in a ladder match for the undisputed TNT championship. For me, this match fucking ruled. There was a lot of spots that I was like, man, I'm going to write some of these spots down. And I genuinely couldn't keep up with how many were happening. The big one at first was Cody's big superplex from the top of the ladder. It looked fucking awesome. And then when y'all were, I do believe, in picture, I watched on the fight feed. Cody was doing these heel tendencies, and the crowd was losing their fucking minds, cheering for him, and he was looking around. And then he gives his weight belt to this little girl in the front row, and they shit on him for it. They booed so loud. It was so funny. Sammy hit a springboard cutter from ladder to ladder, which made me sit up out of my seat. It was awesome. Sammy really tried to kill himself in this match, I'm pretty sure. He just was determined to put on for himself. And his stock probably is going to skyrocket from this, I would assume. Cody hits a ridiculous crossroads from the top of the ladder, and Sammy lands weirdly on his face. I'm like, dude... this is after I was like, wow, he's actually trying to die. And then he did this, and I was like, oh, he's actually, he's in the process of dying.
Yeah, I told Pat, I was like, man, look at him selling the face after taking that crossroads. And I was like, I don't know if he's selling.
I don't know if he sold that. I think that just hurt.
I don't know, he just went straight to the fucking mat.
Fuego came down to defend his friend as they poured to the outside. And he's talking with Cody. Cody hits a tiger driver on him. Then you had Sammy come in. They kind of spill back to the outside. You have Sammy hit a GTH, which lands directly on the side of Cody's head. And then you had a little bit of a back and forth. Sammy sets him up on the sets Cody up on the ladder on the outside. Hits a fucking Jeff Hardy senton from the top of the tallest ladder they have. Which he just
whiplash
fucking recoils from.
Dude. It's his body starts to come back up, flip forward, and you just see his neck try to follow the rest of his body.
Yeah, there's no way that didn't hurt like a motherfucker.
Oh, that hurt like a motherfucker.
They both work their way back into the ring. They battle at the top of the ladder, fighting for the championship. Sammy kind of works over Cody and then hits him with the championship, knocking him off the ladder. And Sammy pulls down both titles to become your unified TNT champion. Pat, since you are the new, I would say guest, but I mean you're part of the Up and Over pod, released every Thursday. I mean, what can I say? But since you're the live recap newbie here, let's start with you first,
Okay.
man. What'd you give this match?
I went 3 3/4 on the ladder match. I could have went higher, but I didn't want to go higher. I like the match. It's not the greatest ladder match I've ever seen in my life, but it was a good match. I just I kind of got lost after the senton did. I was like, damn. At this point, Sammy's just doing shit to die. But the match was good. I had no complaints really. I can't really complain. The ladder to ladder cutter was probably one of the coolest spots I've seen in a while, and I mean he did it perfectly. The crossroads off the ladder almost scared the shit out of me, though. I thought he was about to break Sammy's fucking neck.
Holy moly. It was a mess.
Great.
Ethan, I saw you had an immediate reaction when Pat said his rating. What'd you give it?
We just have the same rating, so I got excited. I went 3 3/4 on it. I don't know. It's just I wasn't expecting a lot from this because this whole feud's been so weird and sort of dead. And Sammy's been dead for a month or two. It just seems like his title reign really flopped for whatever reason. But this match was so good, it made me feel excited about him again for the first time since probably the fall or probably the summer. I mean, it's been a while since I've been excited about Sammy, but they did a really good job of hyping things back up. Like he said, it's not the most amazing ladder match, but it's way better than I anticipated it to be. Even if at first the crowd seemed to be more into Cody winning or losing than Cody winning or Sammy winning,
Yeah.
I feel like by the end, people were behind Sammy again.
Because
which
he
was
tried
good.
to fucking die.
Yes, he did. And
he had to win him back.
Dude,
he
win the crowd over, brother. That's how you last forever in this fucking business.
I don't know. I think he brought himself back into the limelight here, so hopefully they capitalize on it. Some people blame his title reign on the booking and stuff, but I don't know what the real problem was. But
I said I don't think it's the booking. I think it just fell flat for a lot of people.
Yeah,
I mean, he had great opponents.
They gave him main event matches on Dynamite, so that's why I'm like, you can blame it on the booking, but I mean, sometimes shit just don't work.
It just,
What's next for Cody, though?
We'll get to that. Courtland, what you go on this, man? I need you to go different than what they went, please.
So, funny you say that. I originally did go 3 3/4, and then about halfway through the Lights Out match, it dawned on me that this ladder match is a 4-star match. And that's because it is so innovative in new spots that they did. Sammy is really going all out. One of the scariest spots in this match is the suplex from the top of the ladder. And when they were in position to go for it, I kept screaming at Pat, like, I'm terrified that Sammy's leg was going to get caught in the belts. And it would have been such a scary, scary situation. Luckily, that didn't happen here. But, dude, it's hard not to give this 4 stars. These dudes beat the absolute shit out of each other. Sammy really renewed himself, like Ethan said, especially for me and Ethan now. Because I was stale on Sammy for a hot minute now. But this match is fantastic, man. I love seeing Cody work the heel and then remind fans that he's not going to go heel, truly. It's really cool, man. Hopefully there's new things for both of them, and this match only progresses both of their careers in AEW. So 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. And for how much they did, it's amazing that both of them are still walking.
Yeah. Initially, I worked myself down a lot on this match. My initial impulse response was 4.5 because I really enjoyed it and it popped me big. I saw Courtland, or I saw Ethan, and I saw Pat immediately go. But I worked myself down to 4 stars, and here's why. Like you guys said, it wasn't really innovative in the way that it could have been. Right? It was just good. It was awesome. They hit the spots that they needed to hit. The crossroads popped the shit out of me, just because Sammy landed RVD style on the top of his head. It was good, man. I just think that there were some self-indulgent things from both of these guys that didn't need to be thrown in the match, but that just kind of took time, just to fill time. But it was fine, man. I really enjoyed it. It was awesome. Somebody texted me that it was trending 5, but I don't know if I would say it was even close, which is how I worked myself down to 4, which is still, it's a great match, 4 stars, awesome match. And
I think it is. I have an argument, though, like when people say that they don't feel like this match is very innovative. I think this match is extremely innovative in the spots that you haven't really seen on national television. Like, yeah, sure, you could have seen these spots on the indies, but like it's never been on TBS or TNT or USA or Fox for that matter, especially. There is a cutter from an opposite ladder in this match. There is the crossroads from 2 ladders. I mean, when have you seen it done? You know,
Sure.
And they're pulling it out in the opener of a Dynamite. And another thing that is
Just
so cool about this match
going
for
wild.
me is that they gave it the Rampage feel of Dynamite. Dynamite cuts on.
You're
hear
preloaded in the
Excalibur,
roster. Or
and
you're
they're both
preloaded in the ring. Yeah.
They're both in the ring. There's no music. You just get this match is for the unification of the TNT Championship. Here's your opponents. Let's get this shit going. And they immediately did, man. I have absolutely no gripes about this match other than what Mike said, is that there's a lot of self-indulgence in this match. And they're both arrogant people. They're arrogant athletes. So I feel like watching this match, you kind of expect it.
It's to be expected for sure. One last thing before we switch off. How'd y'all feel about the Fuego del Sol spot?
Loved it. Because you got Cody doing this Fuego del Sol tag team on Dark, right? Yeah. But you have this feud of Rampage and Dynamite with Cody Rhodes versus Fuego del Sol, but he's still doing this other character on Dark. Yeah. It's hilarious, for one. And secondly, if people want Cody to go heel, best way to do it, Fuego del Sol, dude. The guy that everyone wanted to get a contract, the guy that everyone wanted to get the pat on the back and the good rub from, let him just do 100 of these drivers on him every single week until Fuego finally gets like a roll-up pin on him. Yeah. It'll be fucking great if they just do it right.
Agreed. We got a Team Taz pre-tape afterwards. Starks and Hobbs being interviewed by Tony Schiavone out in the middle of you're like the side of a river.
It's the beach in Cleveland.
Dog, this shit was awesome.
Isn't it a
Cleveland Beach, baby?
Stuff.
You ain't never been?
No.
My man Baker be out there, Baker Mayfield.
All right, well, I'm tired of this conversation. Hobbs says Dante Martin
had about Sean Payton.
All right, guys, you guys have a great week, and we'll see you back here. Hobbs says Dante Martin had a fluke win against Hobbs last time they faced off, but he wants to rerun it. And then Ricky Starks says that he's challenging Jay Lethal to defend the FTW title against Lethal next week in Chicago. Why we haven't pulled the trigger on Powerhouse Hobbs yet is fucking mind-blowing to me.
Dude, he was standing here in this fur jacket. He looked like a fucking champ, dude.
Bro had the overalls on, no shirt, middle of winter, Cleveland Beach, fur jacket. I was like, well, put a belt on this man right now.
You got Tony Schiavone out there, like,
dude.
It's freezing. My hand stuck to this microphone.
Yeah, did he say,
so,
and he was like, that's exactly it. That's what I was going to say at the end. He's just like,
man.
Deal with it.
Like, deboed the shit out of him. It's fucking awesome.
Very tough. Jordan said, I don't get it either. Dude is beyond championship material. Glad that we all agree universally on Powerhouse Hobbs. Mm-hmm. Speaking of championship material, in our next segment, we have the hometown man himself, old Wardlow. With Sean Spears taking on... Did any of you guys write down the enhancement talent name?
Fuck, I did, but I can't
Elijah
right.
Dean and Jake Alexander. And
there you go.
Elijah Dean looked like his name should be Jake Alexander, and Jake Alexander looked like his name should be Elijah Dean. They had it backwards. He took him on in a handicap match, and this is just a Wardlow squash against local talent. He gives his hometown a song courtesy of the Powerbomb Symphony, which he dispersed evenly among Dean and Alexander, and pins them both with a foot over the chest of Alexander. I gave this a 1.25 stars. I thought it was funny. The hometown crowd went fucking bonkers for Wardlow. Courtland, what you got on it?
I'll share the rating. It's a 1.25 stars. It's funny. I really enjoy the end of this match. You have the Sean Spears at the ramp trying to run down with a chair, and he stops him like, dude.
Wardlow cuts him off like.
He's like, dude, come on, and it's cool because we've seen it for months now where Wardlow squashes someone. Sean Spears steals his thunder by attacking him with the chair right after the match. And you get the annoyed Wardlow. But, I mean, for the first time, even though it wasn't a lot, Wardlow stopped him from doing it. So it's just another nudge, and we end up seeing another one later. But storytelling, man, it's good shit. Keep squashing people till you get the story that you want.
Yep.
I'm here to watch power bombs, man. They look great.
That's why I tune in every week. Damn it! I still want my old. I still want my old finish, man. I still want like Wardlow to bust out the knee in the corner.
And even in his hometown, dude, it was the week before. He's fucking over shit. People want him to break away, and dude, when he does, I feel like it's gonna be either amazing or it's not gonna be good at all.
Yep.
I'm hoping for amazing.
That man loves. The one thing I learned about Wardlow today, watching his interview with Chris Van Vliet, was that he loves Dave Bautista. Y'all watch that 45-minute interview. 15 of it is spent talking about Dave Bautista's physique, man. He loves Dave Bautista. And so I wouldn't be shocked if that's the route that he's wanting to go with the whole break off from like MJF is like, fuck yeah, Dave Bautista did it. Let me do it too. Which I'd be here for. Oh, dude, I hope he does. That's the desire in my heart is that he gives the...
Oh, dude. I imagine if he did, the Sean Spears facial expression cell would be some of the best shit you'd see on TV. Because, man, I want to give Sean Spears his flowers every week.
Excellent. Pat, what'd you go on it, man?
I mean, I don't really be rating squash matches like that. I'll give it a rating.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll give it a 1.5 star.
Simply
because, Wardlow's a badass. And I was gonna say this though. I love how much love Wardlow's been getting in these squash matches. It's like a rare thing to see somebody just just get that much love in squash matches. Most people just straight up. Most people just don't usually care at all, or like you get the love, it's fake love. It's like cheap pops and stuff. But like people like lose their mind from beginning to end every time Wardlow comes out, even any type of match he's in, and I fucking love it. I can't wait for him to break off and do his own thing. Honestly, I'm excited.
Because I forget how good Wardlow is.
Yeah.
Like, when he's not in squash matches. And I remember that he had the first steel cage match in AEW against Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, he did fucking fantastic in that match. And he's only progressed from there,
Yeah.
So, can't wait to see it.
That's what I was going to bring up, actually, with, saying it's either going to be amazing or horrible. And I'm like, from the singles matches we've seen, the rare ones, none of them have been bad.
Yeah.
The ones that aren't squashes. The Cody match, and then he even had a solid match with Jake Hager that they somehow
he did. He did.
People being stoked for. So, I didn't really give this a rating, but it rocked. I mean, Wardlow's ready for the turn. Did y'all see they gave him a nickname, Mr. Mayhem?
Mr. Mayhem.
Loved it.
Fucking
Put
brutal.
it in the notes.
I love it.
I hate it.
Mr. Mayhem, baby. Hop
so
on.
bad.
Mr. Mayhem.
Let him run with the War Dog and move on. Mr. Mayhem. Holy shit.
Wait for it.
Good God. Like you said, Courtland post-match Spears goes to hit the local guys with his chair, but Wardlow cuts him off and walks him back up the ramp. Then we go to a commercial. We come back. It's Chris Jericho, Santana, and Ortiz versus Daniel Garcia in 2.0. I sent this in the group chat. It pisses me off that Daniel Garcia in 2.0 didn't get their the entrance televised. The dissension between Jericho and Proud and Powerful is on full display. They come down with Jericho, but they don't deal with his bullshit in his entrance, letting the crowd sing to Judas. They just go straight to the ring. And then there's blind tags consistently throughout this match, with there being like little jabs of like shit talk that you can hear. Like you hear Jericho, like the first one, Santana tags in, and he goes, "What the fuck?" Like it's very clear. It was just very silly. This was fine. And you got to see a ton of Proud and Powerful, which I feel like was the most important thing here. And you also got a lot of work from the heels. Like you got to see 2.0 work a good match. Daniel Garcia looked great in his moments. Jericho was effectively dissed from the match, which I think enhanced it for me. There's just no reason for him to be here other than the break off of Proud and Powerful, and I thought they did it well. Judas Effect gets hit from Jericho on Jeff Parker on the outside. Santana then pulls him in for a pile driver and pins him. That's your finish. I went 2 3/4. I thought it was a fine match. It did what it needed to do. It was like entertaining, and that's all I really have. Ethan, what you got?
Oh, I didn't give it a rating at first. 2.5, I guess. I thought it was good for what it was trying to do. Because I'm tired of Jericho and stuff, and everybody else in the match I love. And the way they did it was well. I'm glad they didn't overbook the teasing of this turn and just go into full on stereotypical Jericho stuff. They kept it simple, so that's really all I've got for it. It was good.
Courtland.
I enjoyed this match. We shared the same rating again. It is 2 3/4 for me. I really enjoyed Daniel Garcia in this match. You have one of those blind tags. Jericho tags himself in. Ortiz gets mad, immediately tags himself in. And then with the distraction, Daniel Garcia does an amazing chop block. The timing of it is just fucking great, man. 2.0 really shows their ass off in this match, like Mike said. I really enjoyed the break off. But like you said, in this whole Proud and Powerful and Jericho, because they could have gone about it in many ways, but him still getting involved in the finish to make Pride and Powerful think maybe we still need him, but they're like, wait, do we really? So it's just another piece of the puzzle, man. It's 2 3/4. It was well done for what they were trying to do. It got in and out, which was definitely its saving grace.
Yeah. Pat, what you got, man?
I gave it a gentleman's 3.
I like it.
Not my favorite match in the world, but I did like the match because of the storytelling alone. I love the storytelling in this match because we all know where this is headed.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly wish it would have happened tonight, but I like the fact that it didn't. I love the ending. I love the Jericho breaking off earlier on in the match.
Stare down,
yeah. And then coming in and helping him at the end, showing that, hey, you might actually still need me in the end. So I like that a lot. I also want to say, everybody knows this is like about Proud and Powerful is break off, but I do want to see more of 2.0. I feel like they need a lot more TV time. I feel like they deserve it. I feel like they put on good matches on Dark, and I feel like I would love to see a lot more of them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just my take on that.
Yeah,
and I've said it before on here. They're some of the best pieces, like best segments on being the elite is from 2.0.
Yep.
They're genuinely hilarious people. So yeah, I hope to see more of them for sure.
Yeah.
I think they have so much longevity out of 2.0 and Garcia. It's just crazy. There's so much you're never going to run out of things to do with 2.0 because they're always good guys to get beat up and be obnoxious. And then Garcia is just fucking king.
Yeah, like you can literally keep them loosely affiliated, give Daniel Garcia a ton of like real opportunity, and still keep 2.0 around to be like the annoying guys that get their ass beat, but are also really good at wrestling.
And the thing is, think about when Garcia gets that title win, and then you have 2.0 out there with him for a little moment.
Oh, dude, it'll be awesome. That's his parents,
Yeah.
You also got some really like. As Jericho's like leaving the ring, you had really, really good tag team moves from Proud and Powerful. I just thought it was like their showcase at that moment, which was awesome. Moving forward, we had a Lance Archer and Hangman pre-tape. Seems like we're getting a Texas death match in 2 weeks. Hangman gets he gets nervous when he finds out that it's a Texas death match, and then he cuts like a really fiery promo and gets himself hyped back up. I just think that the layering that you get from Adam Page is top notch shit. Really, again, you go back to I'm back to doubting myself before I won the title, and then you see him go like, nah, fuck that, I'm the champion. Like I'm gonna fuck this guy up. It's fine. Like I just enjoy seeing that constant fight within himself. I just think it's good shit, man.
So before we move on from that, do you think that they needed a stipulation for people to give a shit about this match?
I feel like Lance Archer's the kind of guy that's like, fuck it, let's do something crazy. Yeah. Let's do Texas.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I feel like every big Lance Archer match turns out to be a Texas death match. Like the one with Moxley. Then he went. Are we just going to have Archer do a Texas death match, go away for 6 months, come back, do another Texas death match.
Land on his head, fuck his neck up for a little bit, come back.
Oh,
like,
man, that was
the thing is,
scary.
I guess it's just the thing of like Hangman's such a good fiery baby face. It's just like, fuck it, let's stack the odds against him as much as possible because, he's going to get the shit beat out of him, probably bleed again, and then win in the end. So
Jeff said, yes, it's his gimmick.
I guess it is. Fuck it, man. Lance Hoyt.
Then
Texas death match part-timer.
That was a gunshot outside my house. No big deal, fellas.
The usual.
Love the skin you're in, or whatever the fuck they say. That's whatever.
You get out here in the trenches, right?
Dude, it was right outside my house. I have a video. I'll send it to you, fellas, of like cops looking out in my yard. Like, are these gun casings? Like, what's the... Like, it's a mess, dude. Yeah, I live in...
I'm just doing a pod, man. I don't know.
Great area. Jordan said
pal.
Lance Texas Deathmatch Archer. Like, that's his fucking nickname.
You must have been having a Texas death match in your yard, son.
We get a Tony Schiavone interview backstage with Jurassic Express, Christian, Private Party, and Matt Hardy. Private Party are your number one contenders. What have they done? And they're getting their match on Friday's Rampage for the tag team championships. It'll be fun.
Good.
I'm not
Get
like...
out of here.
Did you see Isaiah's tweet?
No.
He said that Jungle Boy is going to get his ass pounded hard Friday night.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Let it die, man. Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Here's a
JB.
segment that went a little too long. CM Punk comes down, and he's on the mic in ring gear. Which, seeing how this ends... Am I the only one that finds it funny that Punk is in a unique hand wraps? Like, everything is really unique, and he just gets his ass beat. Punk
I feel
is
like he wasn't ready at all, and they just told him oh hey, and he's like, oh damn,
God,
glad
they're
I stick to
fuck
the
him
whole
up.
rule of
Yeah.
always bring your tights.
Oh man,
I got the long boys on.
He made it a big deal. He was posting it on his Instagram story CM Punk and Long Boys, see you soon, Cleveland. So he comes down. Punk asks if the Cleveland faithful are sick of hearing him talk. He says that he owes the Cleveland crowd one because when he walked out at Royal Rumble, or at Monday Night rather, Monday Night Raw, that was in Cleveland, which I thought was kind of a cool little callback there. And he says that he wants to fight tonight and he wants to fight MJF. After some taunting, MJF comes down and shits on Cleveland. I forget what he called it, a cesspool and an inbred dump. I love that everywhere they go that's not Long Island, it's an inbred dump. He says he won't waste the marquee matchup on Cleveland, but accepted the match next week in Chicago. MJF, after a really long-winded promo, essentially says that Punk doesn't give a shit about the fans. He says that no amount of chanting CM Punk will stop him from leaving and crying about it later on a podcast. Man, maybe he should
Hopefully
do
it's the Up and Over podcast.
Hopefully it's the Up and Over podcast. Let's bring him in. This was whatever, man. There was so much here.
It's long-winded.
You got an I always get back up promo from Punk. You have Wardlow and FTR make their way down. Shawn Spears jumps Punk from behind, and they just beat the hell out of Punk. MJF demands Wardlow powerbomb Punk on a chair, and the crowd is going fucking bonkers for it again. And he does. And then MJF sits cross-legged on Punk's chest and says that the same place where his career started is the same place where it will end.
I love that shit popped me, man.
This man sat Indian style on his fucking chest.
It was very
It
tough.
popped me big. It popped me
What?
big.
That's the thing
Awesome.
about it. The end of it was great. It's all the notes they were trying to hit were great. It's just the road they took to get there was the long way home. Every fucking time. It's they'd say one good thing and hit this one note and then take the longest way possible to get to the next part. I'm like, this would have been so good if you kept it compact. MJF come out and just go straight into the thing. You're in Cleveland? Remember what you did last time you were here? Instead, he goes, this is a shithole. This is a cesspool. I'm from Long Island. Fuck Chicago. It's just all this stuff. Just get to the gist, man. We know this is a cesspool.
We know what you're feeling. Shut the fuck
CM
up
Punk,
and let's just get it out
CM
of
Punk sold the fuck out of that powerbomb.
Did he sell it, or did that shit just fucking hurt? Dude.
You're getting powerbombed on a chair, dude. I don't think there's anything you can do about it not hurting. It's going to hurt.
It was a mess.
Probably feels better than that fucking table, though. Oh, concrete.
Dude.
True. I loved Wardlow looking regretful after he did it.
Dude.
Yeah,
I feel like there's moments that you get where Wardlow's like, damn, man, this shit's making me sad. Like, always. If you just pay attention, he's just like, I don't really want to do this. He, like, has Eeyore moments.
I really need the money.
I'm getting paid by this guy, so I guess
Like,
I'll
is that
do
really,
it.
like, what you're trying to sell me? That's the reason that Wardlow keeps dealing with this is because of the money. So, like, AEW's not paying him enough.
It's just MJF paying him.
So, like, it's just MJF. He's not actually all elite.
He's just there. Yeah. Did we ever get a graphic? I don't know.
That's what I was going to say. Did we get one?
Did we? Like, it's just confusing, man.
Oh, man.
Dude, you know.
You know, if there's never a
He's a-
Wardlow All Elite graphic out there, as soon as he turns on MJF, Tony
They should
Khan
do it.
post one.
Yes. I'm gonna look for it after. I just got a ring notification. Loud booms, gunshots? ? Exclamation point ? That's where I live.
You should comment, say, no, I'm just doing a podcast.
I'm just dropping a fire podcast and like link the YouTube. Alex in the chat said, I fell asleep. I'm so pissed. Well, you know, sometimes life happens. We get an acclaimed pre-tape. How did you sleep through Dynamite? You slept through some good shit tonight.
She watched the first match. She
Well,
really loved that. But
You missed the big one. We finally got the guy that we really wanted to show up in Cleveland, and we got a graphic tonight too, so we'll get to that.
Wait, we got a graphic?
Yes,
bitch.
I sent it in the chat.
Bitch. Yeah, bitch.
It was immediate.
It's like, oh,
Like,
that's not
this
even-
guy is all elite. Like, it was fucking great. We get an acclaimed pre-tape. They say that they haven't forgotten what Jon Moxley did to them every time they faced off. We're getting Anthony Bowens versus Mox on Rampage. Bowen says he's going to beat Mox's Oscar Kokoschka looking ass. His
Dude.
Al Bundy married with children looking ass. They're
Dude.
kind of funny, dude.
When
When
he said Oscar Kokoschka, I died. I love Hey Arnold. It's like one of my favorite shows of all time. So he just calls Jon Moxley Oscar Kokoschka, and I was like, "What?"
They are
He
actually
was like,
funny.
Hey Arnold. And he looked at me and he was like, can't you read, mister?
Oh my god, dude. He called him Oscar Kokoschka, and I almost fell out. Oh, shit. I'm excited for that match. I've talked about Anthony Bowen before. I think Bowens is really the best of the two in ring. But then you get Max Caster, who's like so good on the mic. But Anthony Bowens is fucking funny.
He's fucking good.
Dude,
He's
they're
good on the mic,
both
man.
they're both hilarious.
I rock with the Acclaimed.
Then we had a Tony Schiavone interview with Julia Hart and Griff Garrison backstage. He asked Julia about the House of Black stuff, and as she goes to answer, smart Mark Sterling interrupts and says, hey, you're next in line for Jade's TBS championship. I just need you to sign this release form in case, anything goes wrong with that eye. Griff Garrison says, let's maybe take a minute to think about it. And Julia's like, shut the fuck up, idiot. And says, I can fight my own battles, and signs the papers. And that's marked for Rampage.
Real quick, have you guys seen any of the videos that the BTE videos of her online? Like, it's like basically them selling that her eyes like really fucked up, and it's like videos of her like running into walls and like running into fucking trash cans. And like,
I haven't seen that.
I have not. I need to see it.
That's awesome.
I will seek those out after this podcast. I swear to God, I will. We got Leyla Hirsch versus Red Velvet. Velvet booked it down the ramp, just still pissed that Hirsch attacked her. This was fine, man. Both women had some really great back and forth. Hirsch reverses an attack from Velvet and uses her tights to get the win. And they made a big deal that Velvet was the number one ranked woman in AEW for the championship. So,
Is that so?
It was, yeah. It
What
was
do you
a big
think
win.
about that, Ethan? I'm looking at Ethan's face. You have something to say?
It's just like your number one ranked woman, and nobody really knows much or cares about her. Like, that shows you the depth of that women's
Dude, I'm
division.
telling you, man,
Not the depth of the women's division, but the depth of the way they booked it. It's like you got Britt Baker, and then where does it go after that? You know what I mean?
I don't know if it's like, yeah, I definitely agree with you, but I don't know if it's really as much the depth as it is there's a dark worker. There's someone who performs every single dark event.
Yeah.
And it's Red Velvet. And it's they're not going to make her. I mean, she's been around for so long. There's only so many times she's going to be able to lose before people are like, all right, this is just trash. So that she just wins over enhancements so much. And they look down, they're like, oh shit, we forgot that our numbers matter here and win-losses count. So, fuck, we just realized that she's gone on like a 20-plus win streak on Dark, and no one's seen her on television in 4 months.
I wanted to see how long she's been wrestling. She's been wrestling for 7 years.
They tried to get the story over with Leyla and all that with the backstage segments, but I'm like, at least give them one in ring to kind of, because with these backstage segments, it just comes off like, it's almost like setting them up to fail. It's like, okay, here's a little 30-second thing that's recapping a story that happened on the YouTube show. The average fan's probably like, who is these random fuckers talking? It was so fast and so quick. At least try to give them a chance. If you want them to push the story and have a blow-off match on a, I guess, key TV event, at least give them some sort of chance. Because the match was good. Layla's good, but no one gave a fuck because they didn't really give us a reason to.
Right.
Yeah. Facts.
Ethan, since you talked, what'd you give it?
Oh, fuck. I didn't even write one down for this.
You knew that you were doing a fucking review podcast. You knew what the question was going to be every time. And you didn't write 2 of these down? 2?
Because I don't know what to rate some of this shit. I guess I'll go 2.5. I like the match a lot. It's just, there's no reason to care about it. And, these live TV crowds aren't going to pay attention to the work. They want you got to care about what's going on in there.
Right.
And there was just no reason to. I like Leyla and think she's good, so I cared about it. But I mean,
it's a root beer, fellas. Chill the fuck out.
Mike is over here sipping lean.
Y'all are animals, man. I saw Pat just go. That's like leaning in. Oh, what was that, huh? Pat, since you want to fucking be the guy every time something happens, go ahead, bud. What'd you give this one?
I gave it 2.5 stars. It wasn't a bad match. There was a couple fucked up spots or whatever. But I think 2 things I will say. The crowd wasn't really into this at all, and it kind of killed the match for me. And also, and this is just, I don't want to sound like a regular person right now, but matches like that where you don't really know a lot about the people in the match, like from a TV aspect as a casual fan or whatever. It's weird when you have a commercial break in the middle of that shit. Because you really don't know what the fuck's going on.
You're losing viewers doing this.
Yeah,
it sucks.
Yeah. So that shit kind of fucked it up for me.
Yeah.
But, the match wasn't bad.
I wish that, the events like Beach Break or, Winter is Coming, listen, motherfucker. Tony Khan, you got enough money.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pay out a little bit and make these fucking matches, commercial free. You don't need them.
Or at least, the last hour.
Yeah.
I was told that this looks like a bottle of hydrogen peroxide by Alex, and then Jordan in the chat said, my last name is now Mike Cleanski, K-Lean-ski. So thanks for that, fuckers.
It's a good one, Jordan.
What'd you give this one, Courtland?
I gave it 2.5 as well, but there's good things in this match. Leyla does a fantastic buckle bomb to Red Velvet into the corner. It looks fucking great. I enjoy Leyla really finally getting personality behind her, getting some type of momentum. Any reaction from the crowd is better than no reaction, right? So hopefully from here, the trajectory for her career will be a little bit faster, as long as they just keep up with the momentum of it, don't just walk the line of is she fully heel or she's so good, she's so talented. Just go drive hard into the skin, just let that shit be what it is. I feel like they're afraid to pull the trigger on it just because she is a little bit smaller than the rest of the talent, and I get not knowing how to book it.
She's 4'11".
Yeah, she's sub 5 foot.
Yeah, but at the same time, don't she look like she could beat up half the other girls?
She'd beat the shit out of all 4 of us.
But hey, man, and for 100%. And I mean, it was less than fucking 15 years ago that we believed Rey Mysterio beat Big Show. So,
we also saw Big Show use Rey Mysterio as a baseball bat.
In the same match, it was a handicap match.
Look, man,
what a mess.
Stop playing.
And the difference here also is Leyla, I fully believe, and if I'm wrong, you got me on record saying it, if they give her these opportunities, I don't think she'll fuck them up like Red Velvet. No offense to Red Velvet.
100%.
Dude, I'm telling you, man.
I'm stale. I'm stale on Red
Chicago
Velvet.
Dude,
shit
I'm
on
so
Red
stale
Velvet.
on it.
I thought that was the end of her career. I thought it was over for
It
her.
shouldn't have been the end of her career, but that's when they should have said, okay, you're staying on Dark, and then your contract's going to expire here in a little bit.
Oh my yikes, brother. I give this 2.25. Post match, Hirsch attacks Velvet and Chris
Joey
Statlander makes a
Janela
save.
effect.
Listen, bud. Janela. Good God.
You know, we love Asbury Park.
Listen, man. A fucking character for sure. We got a House of Black pre-tape. And I'll tell you what, man. I'm dialed in for these segments every week. I think they're the
Every
most,
time.
like, just jaw-dropping for me, man. Every time that they're on, like, I have to pay attention. They're so compelling. Malachi says, what better way to give an audience who constantly wants conflict and violence than give them Brody King? He promises that we will embrace King like a brother and we will hold him in our arms and say thank you. King appears from the darkness in a blacked out suit, and he looks like $1 million, dude. I was so hyped. He comes in, delivers some fucking good lines. If you're not into Brody King after this, I don't know what he can do, man.
Yeah, dude.
This was awesome. He says that Pac will pay for his wrongdoings against the house, and that much like death, the House of Black is inevitable. Jeff said they are ranked 5th in the tag team division. Give me that as soon as possible. I just want them to have titles on them and run it for a full calendar year, baby.
I'm just happy we're getting Pac and Penta versus them next week.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
so soon.
Like, what?
Give them 15 and let them go.
I'm saying, dude.
I swear to you.
Holy
I feel
hell.
like minimum is 15. Like, if you want that match to be everything it's supposed to be, it has to go at least 15.
Yeah, oh yeah. 100%.
God, dude, I'm so
also, I just
excited
have to say, one of my favorite things is Mike reciting these promos word for word.
You like it?
I love it, son.
You know how much typing I have to do? I'm fucking getting it, brother. I'm like, oh God, please help me. It's a mess, man. It's a mess. I loved it. I love them. I think that it's going to be great. And Brody King in 3 weeks' time is a guy that I want on. You need on Dynamite every week. And I just think that's awesome. Sammy Guevara and Fuego are out with Sammy's cue cards. I think this was in the break for you guys, right? Was it picture in picture?
Yeah, it was picture in picture.
Unfortunately, I saw part of it.
That's what I thought. The funny thing about these segments is they just play Sammy's music on repeat the whole time. It's just like Sammy Guevara in the limelight. Sammy Guevara in the, and I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? It's like the first 15 seconds on a loop. They're essentially just him celebrating being champion, saying he's gone from being a background guy to being a main focal point in the company, and that he's thankful for the fans for riding with him. It was whatever.
Could have gone without it.
Yeah, it could have gone without it.
Leave him on a high note. Why'd you bring him back down?
Like,
Let him
You brought him back down so nobody paid attention to them setting up PWI awards and covers in the ring. They didn't want anybody's eyes focused on the ring. They wanted it on the entrance ramp.
Setting tables up.
We have Tony Schiavone in the ring with PWI awards and covers, and he welcomes down Dr. Britt Baker. She comes down with a terrible towel, and it draws the ire of the Cleveland crowd, which popped me big. She's talking herself up with those PWI awards and covers. She said 2021 was going to be the era of the DMD, and damn, she was right. She says the division was a wasteland, and she made it a utopia, and throughout this, she gets cheap heat from Cleveland while talking shit about the Browns. She says that she is excited to give Cleveland a Baker that they can believe in. And she says she won't settle until she's female wrestler of the decade. I thought this was fun. I just wish she didn't talk shit about the Browns the whole time. That crowd could give a fuck less about what she was saying.
Yeah, I mean, they really try to talk over her a lot, but I mean, it just goes to show how good she is. Because I mean, they're trying to go over her, and she didn't stumble a fucking word.
Not a bit.
Just
she didn't pull a Ricky Starks.
And I mean, dude, she tried to get the heat, you know, because like people love Britt. I fucking love Britt, but they want her to get this natural heat from the crowd. And I mean, her constantly talking shit about the football team feels like the only way she's going to be able to do it.
Especially in
for
Cleveland.
a town like that,
especially in Cleveland, being from Pittsburgh, that shit just happened. It's fresh on our minds. It happened a couple weeks ago. Like,
I mean, we definitely could have gone without it due to the MJF segment and CM Punk segment, just because it's like doubling down on the crowd for like the same kind of promo, same kind of bullshit, same cheap heat. But I mean, I think that she kind of recovered it because the first time she went into the Browns, people were like, okay, I don't give a fuck. Like, we already heard this. So she moved on from it, but then she went back to it again. And that one got a legitimate, like, fuck you, stop.
I let it go the first time. Awesome. You're pissing me off.
That Baker pun was nice. The Baker pun was nice.
It helped.
Dude, yeah.
I'm just excited to see what's next for Britt Baker because I thought it was going to be Chris Statlander. But we get Chris Statlander run in for the Leyla Hirsch match with Red Velvet. So, like, that immediately took that idea away from me. So, I mean, who knows what's next other than Thunder Rosa, right? Like, we got to run that back, don't we?
Sometime this year.
I feel like it's got to happen this year. Match of the year last year.
The thing is, you can't touch on this now, right? Because the Mercedes Martinez thing was being built up on Rampage.
I know.
Like, then what, right? So you got to find time for it, but it has to be done this year.
I mean, other than that, what do we got? Ruby Soho?
Yeah, because that's exciting.
Exactly. There's nothing there. It ran already.
There's nothing anywhere right now for Britt. Not her fault, but who's next? Where's her babyface challenger at? They ain't got but one built up. And whose fault's that? Tony, I'm looking at you.
It's tough. Alex said they need to sign more women. Alex, I'm really glad you're here because we're about to dive into who's signed with AEW tonight. Before we get to the main event, we had Vicki Guerrero come out shrieking on the mic, and I think the whole chat was fucking pissed about it. Like, the entire group chat was mad as fuck.
It was rough. I was like, Jesus, guys, relax.
2008.
She comes out with Nyla Rose. Nyla's pissed about Ruby Soho beating her in the TBS Championship tournament. She wants her rematch next week.
Mike, can I say something?
Yeah.
Why did you sell that better than she did? She said less than what you just said. It was better coming from you.
Things are tough.
I just didn't like how it was directed to commentary, like JR's who books it.
And they actually said that, like, I think Excalibur or JR was like,
she was like,
tell your manager, like,
yeah, he did say that. JR was like, tell your manager, and Excalibur was like, I want that match next week, and he was like, okay. It's awesome. Like, Vicky's even pointing at them, and JR's like, "What the fuck? Like, I didn't do anything.
I've not even been here for a long while. I've been gone for a bit. Like, leave me the fuck alone."
You're watching too many Stone Cold Vince McMahon promos. Stop fucking talking shit to commentators.
I'm so sick of Nyla being like the bitch. Like, I fucking hate it. It's miserable. I'm tired of it.
I don't know what they're gonna do in the women's division. They have to pull a trigger on someone to move up. I feel like your next realistic face challenger is Chris Statlander, but you're putting her in this Leyla Hirsch business. But like, other than that, there really isn't anyone else other than the obvious, like, Tay Conti and Anna Jay, which Anna Jay's getting her match with TBS Championship, Jade Cargill on Rampage, and then Tay Conti just had her match with Britt Baker.
Yeah,
so, like,
what do you do?
You're just running in circles at this point. Like, there's got to be someone that's going to come over, or someone's going to show up, and it's going to have to be immediate, and it's going to have to be worthwhile. Because if not, this championship reign of Brits is slowly going to dim and dim until people don't care about it.
Yeah.
And also don't care about the division itself.
Exactly.
Yeah. Then we move into our main event, which was Adam Cole versus Orange Cassidy in an unsanctioned lights out match. Before I get there, Alex is determined for me to see this. She says they need to sign more women, could be the inspiration. Jordan then said Jordan Grace.
Who said Jordan Gray?
Jordan.
Oh, okay.
Reading that, I had a brain aneurysm, so it's fine. I get it. Jordan said Jordan Grace, like putting himself over at it. It was weird.
Yeah, it confused me.
Yeah, it threw me off. Reading it, I was like,
I mean, who else though? Really, it's like Chelsea Green, maybe.
Yeah, because that's exciting. Real
But it
stuff.
could work out because you have Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green doing mixed tag matches, and now Adam Cole and Britt are as well.
That's
so
fair.
like, it makes sense, especially because AEW already obviously is working with GCW. They had Ruby Soho and John Moxley working their pay-per-view this weekend. GCW's first ever pay-per-view.
Jordan immediately said, "I'm out of ideas."
We are too, but I think they are.
Moving into our main event, we had Adam Cole versus Orange Cassidy in an unsanctioned lights out match. This started out with a hockey fight, which was awesome. It feels like the crowd has held out for some of those matches, like on the undercard, for this match to give more energy to this match. Yes. It bleeds out to the outside, and Cole goes for a chair under the ring, but the chair just won't come out. And it's the exact guy that you wanted in Cleveland, Ohio. Who comes out from under the ring but Danhausen? When I tell you I started sweating because my body temperature rose, I was so excited, man. He comes out, does the finger point, and then just fucking leaves, dude. Just dips out.
And you see him slowly walk out, and
he's like waving to people. Hello.
He just high fives random people.
Dude, it's so good. Adam Cole killed it in this fucking match, man.
Yes.
He hit a super kick on Orange as he was stuck in a trash can, then hits a backstabber using a chain for assistance.
Was it the chain?
Yeah, it was a chain that he was using.
Okay, we were in picture, so I didn't know if it was the tape from his wrist or the chain.
No, he used a chain, and it was fucking sick, dude.
It looked great.
This picture-in-picture shit, man. I swear these commercial breaks are killing me, dude.
I need to get the fight feed because doing these fucking reviews dealing with picture-in-picture is not cool.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm set, man. Fight feed for AEW. ECW original tapes, baby. I'm watching VHSs that the audio levels are so fucking high. My TV's on 3 and I still feel like my neighbors hear me. It's fucked. Yeah, so he hits the backstabber with the chain. I'll see if I can find it for you and send it to you because it was fucking great. It ruled, man. The whole match ruled. The crowd was mega hot the entire way. Orange Cassidy hit like a Michinoku driver on like a set of chairs. Popped me big.
Bent them shits in half.
Cole busted up Cassidy's hand to the point of it, like getting a laceration after trying like an orange punch on the ring bell. They eventually pour into the back, and Jerry Lynn gets involved, which
of course it popped me.
And
I was like, Jerry Lynn.
I thought it was interesting that Jim Ross acknowledged that he was inducted to the Independent Wrestling Hall of Fame. I thought that was very cool. And then you had, some more back and forth. Cole goes up top for what I guess was going to be like a Panama Sunrise, but he was so high up. I'm like, you're going to break your fucking leg Sid Vicious style.
Yeah, literally.
It's over for you, dude.
There's no way.
He gets to the top, and then Cassidy is up there with him, which is fucking hilarious. It's got to be the fastest Orange Cassidy's ever moved. And then he gives him a hug. Apparently. He gives him a hug, and he takes a dive. I don't even know what the fuck that move was. It was like a weird little thing.
It was a trust fall.
Yeah, just fucking.
It was a trust hug.
A great trust hug. And yeah, you have Orange Cassidy pick up the win. I actually alluded to that in the chat a little bit. Like, hey, keep in mind this is unsanctioned. It's not going to count against Adam Cole, like ranking wise. Expect a loss here. That would be my thought. And they went that way. So. I thought this was
you
great.
Had to think so, because he had wins over him in singles competition and mixed tag.
Yeah.
So
you're not gonna shit on Cassidy the whole way, right? You gotta.
You gotta do it.
I went 4 flat on it, man. I loved the match. I thought it was great. It was really enjoyable, and it got to where it needed to get to, and hopefully that is a nice ribbon tied, and you send the package off. You call it a day. You move on to a different feud. Courtland, what you got?
I went 3 3/4 on this match. I enjoyed this match a lot though, but I was more entertained by the ladder match. I think that was just because I didn't anticipate that match being as good as it was. I went into the ladder match with very, very low hopes. But this match delivered just like I expected it to. I said last week that, which I believe got deleted because of dropping frames.
Because my internet shit the bed in the ice storm. Ha.
It's all right, dude. I'm just saying. It's what happened. Like I said last week, if anyone heard it, I wanted Orange Cassidy to care in this match. I didn't want to see the gimmick. I didn't want to see the circus routine. I wanted him to care because he's supposed to care. This is the top off of a feud. This is an unsanctioned match. It's lights out. Your career's on the line in this match. If you don't care, then the worst can happen, right? Like that's the idea that you have to have coming into this. And I think they both delivered, going right at it off the bat. The trust fall at the end was very funny. I think Adam smacked the shit out of his head on the way down.
Orange lands earlier than Adam did, so like the bracing was already fucked. Yeah, it was just a mess.
Yeah. Anytime you get that brain buster like drop to the knee from Adam Cole is a treat to me, man. I love seeing that move. And they just went all out. Orange Cassidy landing one of the best Canadian destroyers I've seen in a very long time. The height this man reached was unbelievable. Hats off to both of these dudes. It's 3 3/4. It's probably 4 stars if I watch it back, but
picture in picture fucked you, buddy.
I know. Hopefully I can watch it back without picture in picture, but this probably would have got 4 out of me if somebody would have bladed. I don't know the laws in that state, but this feud needed blood, you know?
Yeah,
it felt like it. The whole group was talking about how long do you think it takes till this match gets blood? Because it felt like it was going
inevitably
to get
going that way. Yeah.
But we didn't see it. But I mean, that's okay, man. Save your scalp. Nobody wants you to look like Devon or Rick. So
or Abdullah the Butcher.
Or Abdullah. God.
Woo-wee.
So yeah, man. You know, hats off to him.
Pat.
3-3. 3-3. 3-3. Say it again. I like the match a lot. I laughed at what you said because it was crazy coming from you, but I do agree. I definitely should have been blood in this match. I feel like if you're gonna have a lights out unsanctioned match, let's get a little hardcore with it. You know what I mean? But that's just me. I like the match. I have no complaints. I love like Courtland lost his mind when he saw Jerry Lynn on his screen, and I thought it was cool. And the trust fall at the end made me laugh hysterically because I knew what he was going to do when he went up there. When Adam Cole was like, where'd he go? And then you see him behind him. I was like, this man is literally going to grab him and they're just going to fall off the fucking side of this shit. And that shit, I mean, it's what happened. And
what was that piece of equipment even doing there? It's just there for that. Like, there's no other reason that this fucking tower is standing there.
None at all.
So silly. Ethan, what'd you go?
I'm telling you, this match sent me home happy. As Mike knows, and as everyone will learn, my opinions on Adam Cole matches are going to range from terrible to awesome. This was one of the better. And I think this really established that Orange Cassidy is such a great main event worker they've got. You know, like, he's so nonchalant, but he can fire up, and his selling is great, and people give a fuck when he fucking fires up. You know, I just think Orange Cassidy shined a lot here. But, I mean, he's always shined. I mean, there's a reason he's fucking literally one of the most over people that has. Yeah, 100%. Sometimes even me as someone who likes him, I see, like, this match advertised, I really wasn't super stoked because the feud hasn't done a lot for me. Outside of, I really liked the segment last week, but like when I saw the match announced, neither one of those guys are guys where I'm like, fuck yeah, the lights out match between Adam Cole and Orange Cassidy, this is gonna fucking rule, you know. Like, I was just like, okay, they're gonna do stuff, but this was really good. Great selling from Orange Cassidy, great bumping, great. Adam Cole did his normal stuff and he did it great. I went 4 stars on it. I think they did I'm really glad Orange won. I was a little worried too. Down the stretch, I was worried when all the people started running in. I was like, God, you know, we're going to get, you know, a bunch of elite interference that goes too far. And then I was, God, hoping Johnny Gargano wasn't going to fucking come out.
I thought Gargano was coming out there. I won't even lie.
This just finally.
Dude, Donnie wants it so bad.
Oh, my
Any
God.
moment that was like, oh, someone's going to come save. somebody, like even the CM Punk spot, he was like Johnny Gargano. I was like, Johnny Gargano is not gonna come save CM Punk.
My thing is this, like, what I think I liked about this too was it didn't feel like a fucking NXT match. It was like, okay, we got a homegrown AEW guy, and he's going to kind of work his style of match. You know, Adam Cole's doing his stuff too, but for so much of this feud, it's felt like NXT for me. Like that fucking trios match they had on the last Dynamite, I fucking hated, honestly. It was Kyle and Bobby's first match on there, and I was stoked, and then it was just like, fuck, man. Nothing got me into it at all. But here, it was great. So.
Jeff in the chat said Ethan is an Adam Cole hater.
No, I'm not. No, I'm fucking not. I'm
dude,
just
you try. I swear that like you watch Adam Cole matches and you just like put Shawn Michaels' face on him and you deem it negative a star immediately.
See, I'm unbiased on Adam Cole.
Like if it is a 5-star match, you are a 4-star giver to Adam Cole.
Good
Dude,
Lord.
I will give Adam Cole his flowers because he deserves his flowers. But sometimes I'll let everybody know you shouldn't be so excited about all this extra shit he's doing.
Oh, God. Jeff said Gargano isn't coming back wrestling until after his kid is born, which could be true.
That's what I thought, too.
That makes sense.
But yeah, I feel like this was top to bottom one of the better episodes of Dynamite in recent memory.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's because they stuck to what they do best. There wasn't too much surprise, big moment, big moments. Just like, let's have these feuds and let them play out, you know?
Alex said, I hope he reconsiders and stays the fuck home.
Hey.
Johnny Gargano?
Yeah, I think she was going to say something. Dude,
motherfuckers hate this man. Dude, Johnny Gargano is probably the most hated.
So not a couple weeks ago.
He's just a bit of a cornball, right?
Dude, it's just like, if you've seen one Johnny Gargano match, you've seen them all, buddy.
Yeah, 100%. He's just going to take a lot of weird neck and head shots and then just look like he's double concussed and then roll you up.
Yeah, hit a lawn dart, then it's over, right? Like you fucking.
It's like, dude, I don't know why everyone's so obsessed with the 2012-2013 independent scene. They signed everyone from it. NXT did it and ran it at the ground, and now Tony wants everybody fucking too. I saw Johnny Gargano.
I hated Johnny Gargano off rip when everyone was like Johnny freaking wrestling. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, I just don't like that name. And then
I still blame Johnny Manziel for Johnny.
Yeah, he fucked us, right?
He fucked
Thanks,
everybody.
Johnny Manziel, you dickhead.
But
couldn't cut it as a quarterback and fucked us in wrestling too. Imagine that. Multi-star athlete, Bo Jackson, Johnny fucking Manziel.
Funny story though, like right when Johnny Gargano was released, before I started like watching Impact again, there was a tweet that Alex read out to me that we have said on repeat since it's happened or was tweeted. Someone said, I hope Johnny Gargano goes to Impact because I don't watch that shit either. Ever since
she's losing her fucking mind in the chat. She said, the audience that is definitely more his demo, mouth breathing neckbeards.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna buy her a Johnny Gargano shirt. And see how she likes it.
That nigga comes out to Paramore, bro.
Listen, bro. We're not we can say a lot of shitty things about Johnny Gargano, but that entrance theme fucking rocked.
Dude, my only thing is
about?
Shut up.
That entrance theme was fucking great, dude.
No.
I'm not letting you get that off.
Was
on a product
fucking,
up and over.
Was fucking great. It's so good. Dude, that is the perfect entrance theme. It's so good for Johnny Gargano. It's fucking perfect. It's perfect. Y'all are wrong. It's fine. Fellas, anything that you guys wanted to add?
Outro of like a Spider-Man, like a shitty
and
Spider-Man.
that is Johnny Gargano.
A loser.
It's fucking perfect.
That's who he thinks he is.
It's so good, man. It's so good. Jeff said it's an underdog theme. It's a fucking banger theme. Go listen to it in your car. Y'all have a great one.
He has a great idea of who he wants to be, and he wants us to know it really bad.
I'm a lame.
Yeah, he wants to be Daredevil.
Jordan said, you're letting Mike work you into a shoot. Ethan wouldn't know what I'm talking about because he didn't watch this week's episode of Up and Over on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, wherever you find your podcasts.
Ethan, one of our creative directors.
Oh, God, the Cadillac Cowboy himself. Fellas, is there anything else you wanted to add to this before we get out of here?
I got a random question for you.
Yeah.
Since we're going to plug the Rumble Party anyways.
Rumble Party, Rumble, Rumble, Rumble,
So-
Rumble, 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 Rumble.
Subscribe,
Rumble.
like that shit. So, Royal Rumble. Let's just knock out some predictions if you want to. Ronda Rousey, she coming, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
You know
Okay.
why Ronda Rousey's not like coming, right? You know why she's showing up? Because somebody in this chat
ran
isn't
out of
gonna. Somebody in the chat is not gonna be with us on Saturday, and that's gonna be the reason that she shows up.
Oh, who is that, Holder?
I don't even know. I don't know. Somebody in the chat's not gonna be here, and it's gonna piss the world off
Hornswoggle.
enough.
You think Hornswoggle's going to be there?
Saturday.
How do you guys feel about Hornswoggle's return?
GCW.
One word about that GCW match: Matt Cardona versus fucking Joey Janela.
It
Overbooked dog shit, and it was. It was.
Dude, it's
so-
overbooked as fuck, but it rocked.
It was great. I
It was
told Ethan that.
awesome.
I said, dial in for one of the most overbooked matches of all time, and you're going to love it. It was great. It was exactly what it needed to be because it's a Matt Cardona match.
Virgil showed up.
In a
Virgil.
Vince McMahon
Almost
match.
fought a fan
And a Vince
so
McMahon
fast,
mask.
They were like, leave. Get out now. Like, he walked halfway down the ramp and someone said something to him and like grabbed his arm and he was like, hey, motherfucker. And someone was like, Virgil. And he was like, all right, I'm leaving. But hey, man, do you think Bray Wyatt Wyndham is going to return to WWE at the Royal Rumble?
No.
Why not?
I don't want
Where
him
else
to.
is he going to go?
Fuck Michael
Does he want to
Cole.
be
That's why.
sixth best in AEW or have shit time and impact?
Oh, fuck up.
I feel like only time's going to tell what's going to happen with Wyndham, but I don't be shocked if he returns to WWE in the long run. I feel like some fences just need to get mended, and that's going to happen.
What do you guys think? I don't mean to abruptly switch. What do you guys think is going to happen with this Brock Bobby situation?
Buddy, I'm going to shoot entirely straight. I have no fucking idea what you're even talking about.
Yeah, me either.
I'm walking in like watching WWE blind as a fucking bat, but I haven't
too.
turned a
I
WWE product on in probably
Awesome.
6 months to a year.
I watched day one for like 30 minutes, and that was
Oh, that's
it.
true. I did watch that. I would
So we're
say
getting a first time ever, you're getting Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar.
under over 5 minutes. What you guys got? Over or under on 5 minutes?
Come on, this ain't Goldberg and Brock. Come on.
I'll give it like 8 minutes.
I
8
says
to
it goes.
11.
I says it goes. I say it goes. Says it goes. Fuck me. 3 minutes,
Says it
champs.
goes.
3 minutes.
I don't think so because
3
Bobby,
minutes, you say?
Bobby
Y'all are
went on a
discouraging
whole
me.
spiel about how disrespected he felt that he got that Brock Lesnar got added to that Fatal 5-Way. And he said that the only interaction he wanted with Brock Lesnar was to make Bobby look dominant. He didn't want to be squashed by Brock like he's done everybody else. Because Brock's been ducking and dodging Bobby Lashley for the better part of 15 years.
I got a hot take
in
on that.
multiple sports.
The most
take.
compelling thing about Bobby Lashley since
Multiple
he's
sports.
returned to WWE is what like the 6-month period when that headband would not fall off of his head. That's the most compelling thing about Bobby Lashley. I could give a fuck
man.
less about Bobby Lashley as a champion.
I think
Truly.
they're cutting. I have said a lot of bad stuff about Bobby Lashley. I really have over the years. But the last 2 months, I will definitely say that the feud with Brock Lesnar has given me a little bit of hope for Bobby. And that's because of the small promos that have been done through MVP. Because if you look at it now, if you look at the product, Brock Lesnar is doing this whole like, I'm funny guy now. I'm going to wear a cowboy hat. I'm going to come down to the ring and I'm going to dance now.
I have
You
no
wanna
idea
do
what you're
that
talking
now.
about, but I have seen stills of him coming out in a cowboy hat, and I love it.
Yeah, like it's funny, but you want to do that now. You want to play Mr. Funny now, but the last 15 years you want to be the dominant guy until you find Bobby Lashley, and now you want to be funny. Bobby Lashley isn't taking this shit as a joke. That is a grown-ass man who has legitimately wanted to whoop your ass in multiple sports for now multiple decades. So he's not funny or laughing about it at all. I feel like if anything, it's going to turn into, if Brock doesn't do business the way that Bobby wants him to, it's going to turn into one of those Brock Lesnar or Braun Strowman situations where someone's going to legitimately get punched.
I'll let you fellas know
I'm
this.
ready for that shit.
I'm going to let you fellas know this. In order to get myself excited for the Royal Rumble and to invest myself in the pay-per-view, I bought into a $5 pot of a Royal Rumble, like, winner takes all, 30-man
Where am I
kind
at?
of
Yo,
participation.
You know I won that bet. You know I won that bet the other year. Let me.
Yeah, but you can eat shit.
All right,
I had to give you my money.
Ethan, let me see your nails, bro. Oh,
Ethan just dipped. So, yeah, like, that's the only way that I'm really getting invested in this thing, man. That's it. So,
I mean, I feel like there's good things in this. I mean, it's not going to be Becky Lynch versus Wardlow. Or Wardlow, fuck me, Dewdrop.
he said, I'm out of here. See you guys later. Bye.
What was I saying? I think Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins is a match that people are not expecting to enjoy that you will. So those are things that I'm excited about. I'm very excited for the Rumble party. Mike, plug it on the way out. Let's get it through.
Royal Rumble Party, Saturday, January 29th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. I don't know what fucking, or 5 p.m. Pacific, whatever it is, dude. It's fine. 8 p.m. Eastern. Most people live on the East Coast, it feels like in my brain. It's fine. We'll be live on this YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed, there's a red button down below us and it says subscribe. If you can't read, it's just a big red button. If you're colorblind, we're out of fucking luck. Join us on Saturday because we will be here with KCL Gordo Gringo, who will be here live from his living room that looks like a guest bedroom. I will be here. Pat, will you be here?
yes.
If you haven't seen our Instagram post and you saw what happened in the beginning of this this live recap, then you'll see Pat doing the same thing out back in our story. Just giving it a little smoky tokey.
I've never done anything.
Christian man. Courtland is going to be here. I'll be here. Cadillac Cowboy Ethan, who just left, he'll be here too. I think he just went to find a way to gamble on the damn thing because he wins money always. Guys.
You got one more thing to plug.
What do you want to plug?
There's a special thing that KCL Gordo has done for us, and we appreciate him very much, that there is now a upandoverpodcast.com. There's a website where you can find all of our links as well as exclusive merchandise that will be up very soon. And the web store and merch store is already open. So go check that out. There's beanies, hats, shirts, and various other things like mugs and other accessories that will soon be available, and some are available currently. So we're really excited about that, and hopefully the site will build and only grow from here.
Great. Must have fucking forgot about a website. That's crazy. Guys, for Courtland, Big Papa C.
Do your fucking job.
All right. Well, I'm trying to, but you keep fucking interrupting me. For Big Papa C. Courtland, for old Patty Mills, the former Scientologist, I tested positive for COVID. You have no idea how hard it is being Mike Klinsky. Y'all have a great week. We'll see you back here next week after Dynamite.